safely. I'll go to take this head on. Soon I'll come around. Lost and never found. Waiting for my words, seen but never heard. Buried underground, but I'll keep coming.
PlayStation
Heard you call my name while I'm passing out. The mistake I've made, it can't be turned around. I took the easy way out. I took the easy way out. I took the easy way before casting out the mistake I've made. It can't be turned around now. I took the easy way out. I took the easy way out. I took
PlayStation
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last. Ah, yeah.
Today's station.
Sam Porter preaches. The man who delivers. Tears. A chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timefall fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
A crypto byte a day keeps the timefall away.
You're too late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock out and make it happen. If you're watching this, I'm going to take time to break some things down. Then we'll get into chat questions, thoughts, and etc. For me, this trailer is beautiful. First and foremost, Kojima always tries to make artistic work with his games. So you don't see guns, you don't see explosions. All you really see is amazing settings, great character, and world universe development. So don't think that this game does not have action-packed guns and etc. You actually see some within the game at certain points. That being said, we are looking at a beautiful landscape, and it's crazy to think the actors actually connect to these areas. Well, fictionally, as far as the theme goes, from what I've seen, you have actors that are from France. You have actors. Where's Mads from? I think Mads is from Denmark, I believe. And Mr. Norman himself is an American. but you have the female actress who is French, and coincidentally, she's done a lot of great films, and we have her as an actor in the game. I think Kojima taking that to the next level, having great actors instead of just game voice actors. He's having real life actors involved in this game, so it's beautiful. As you can see here, I'm guessing this is somewhere far and away from America. Then there's areas that's possibly America. I think the game will journey off. If you watch carefully, there's so many different areas that we can break down, and I'm going to do that a little later and try to guess what's what, who's what, where's what. You know, as we see here, this is more the lands where he woke up at, where we've seen the first and the third trailers, him waking up naked on a beach. This is somewhat the area. And then in the third trailer where they're fighting through the rain, anyway, he's in the water and all that. That's all connected. So right here, we get to learn who Sam Porter really is. Sam Porter Bridges. Right? So he's supposedly the one who always delivers. This is his job. So he's a delivery boy somewhat. You see he has a gun, and it can show action if they wanted, but Kojima wanted to be artistic and showcase some really great stuff. This game is on the PlayStation 4 only, and it is such a great exclusive. We're going to get into a lot of stuff. I'm just going to take my time and set up a couple of things before I get into the stuff that we're watching, like the rain. When it hits his skin, this is what you're seeing it affect him. And we'll get into that a little later. I don't want to rush through my breakdown. I'm going to have multiple breakdowns and watch it again and actually play the sound and let you guys have fun with that, and then also slow it down and do various ways to just watch how this game plays out. So once again, Norman Reedus going through this, and we finally see our French actress. You know, there's two here displayed. Would say the younger version, the older woman. And what's mysterious about her is that Norman is saying that I'm sorry, she's saying Norman doesn't remember her, doesn't remember who she is. He has a picture, and one of the faces are smudged out. Is that her? Is that his child, his, you know, niece or something, or related? These are the questions that we have, and it's a beautiful format and structure on just starting it off. And what we know about this heroine female, she is somewhat of a soldier, and she's trying to recruit Mr. Sam I Am into the army, but he makes it very clear that he cannot get engaged with that. He does what he does, which is deliver, and that's it. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You can see him on the right, and a little girl on the left's face is smudged, and it kind of looks like her, but it doesn't feel like he knows who that is. Now, is she an entity? Is she somebody that he's imagining also? Those are the questions, and I feel like there is some chances of that. And I don't mind that. I think it's a great way to say what's real or what's not. But what I do love about this game, and what I've seen in this trailer that I'm 100% right about, I've been saying Kojima is doing a alternate reality game. Alternate reality game is not a virtual reality game. It's not an augmented reality game. It's not a mixed reality. Alternate reality game has been around for a very, very long time. And what it is basically a real life game. So if a game comes out and they have hints about things you need to find out in real life, clues from books and movies and TV shows, or real life events, and, you know, history, and all of these things, the fans have to discover it and utilize that to figure out what is going on in the game. And I think Kojima's taking a lot of that into this game already, but it's going to be really heavy duty once you play the full game. As we see here, we're sneaking through And we're going to get into this in a little while later about the gameplay. Thank God there's stealth. Kojima's been the grandfather, the creator, the originator, the pioneer of stealth games, and he's the greatest at them. And we're getting to see some stealth here. And as you can see, this device kind of pushes them away, but they catch him right here, and they're taking him down, and nobody really notices that part, but it's very key. He could have pulled out his gun and became violent and showcased that, but again, this trailer was specifically made without any type of madness when it comes to guns or explosions, and it's really interesting. So this girl right here is doing something that's probably against the world's view, and she said one of these guys will keep the monsters away. By the way, that's her name, Leah. And what's her name? Lindsay. Both of these actresses are going to play a key role. As you can tell, they'll be very crucial trying to recruit you for this battle and trying to figure out what's happening. Now let's take a look again real quick with some audio, but in between the audio I'm going to chat a bit. But let's get into it for a second here. First and foremost, this baby's hilarious. You gotta love the baby. You gotta love the baby. And when it comes to the music,
the man who delivers. Tears. A chiral allergy.
I don't know what that
So,
word means. Somebody look it up.
You have dooms, like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
Extension factor.
can
I
see
have
them,
no idea
right?
what they're talking about.
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
So she's asking about his level. She's asking about certain aspects that make it very interesting, because it's like, okay, they're sharing this information about this world and what they type of levels they have. You know, it's kind of like what type of abilities do they have and what type of skills do they have. Those are the questions, right? And I just think this game is doing a good job showcasing that, giving us, okay, well, you're gonna have special traits and pick up traits. You can do more. At the end, we've seen her eat those creatures, and it helps her with the monsters. So she ate that for that. But maybe Norman isn't eating those, and in the long run, he'll start eating them. He'll start becoming more powerful. He goes from a normal human into a superhero, and grows these special abilities as they go forward. A few things did get confirmed about the death. We'll see that in a little while when he gets inside the factory, and they'll explain it. But also, more so, who is this guy and what is his life? And he's just a normal guy working, delivering packages to a world of ruins. As you can see, this device is following him. 2 of them. That's pretty cool. It's going to be fun to have little companions. And I just think these are just delivery packs. You're going to have a lot of delivery. And the game will start off with a tutorial teaching you how to drive around in your little motorcycle. And then you'll end up delivering these packages, learning how to play with guns and do all these things. Tutorial / typical game setup. But with a hero, a really weird hero to say the least. He just seems like a normal guy, which is so awesome, and it encourages us, the players. We're regular humans learning. So let's get into this part right here, where it gets pretty dope. The rain falls that hit him. It's infecting him and actually turning him red, turning his body like if he's catching some type of sickness that's warping super fast. Can it kill him? Will he survive? Will it change who he is? And these are the questions. You just know that the rainfall helps speed up life, fast forward things. That is explained a little later. But again, these creatures come around specifically for life forms, trying to gather more. They're trying to take over the earth. And again, we see the tears coming down her eyes. Was it because she touched Norman Reedus and they're holding each other? Did they connect their powers in some way? Does it have to do with the rain making them cry? Or these creatures having this power that affects humans in a different way?
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timefall fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
Okay, so once again, she breaks down that the time fall fast forwards life, but it can't change the past. And then they explain to him that these guys can take him and he'll come back, but that area will be affected. And that's where this game's mechanic of Death Stranding is very special. It's something different and new, entering this state of being, aka Death Stranding, makes it a unique experience to say the least. I'm really liking what I'm seeing in this trailer. Again, if you take a good look at this part here, this completely annihilating his body right there, amazing. And that is just one small portion of trying to play stealthily. Next trailer will be packed with action, in my guess, and a release date. Apologies. So she said it keeps the time fall away. So basically,
Too late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
is she his mother? Is she his sister? Who in the world is this lady? That's the question. So we're gonna watch it again, and I'm gonna break down some of that. So one of those small creatures can keep the time fall away. So that means someone can walk through the time fall without a problem if they eat those. Now, just like Kojima has done in the past, if anyone is a fan like me, in MGS4, when you're getting sick and you're dying, basically, you keep injecting yourself. The more you inject yourself, the more you need the injection to kind of keep yourself going. And it's a good way to say, stop using drugs, stop it, it's killing you. And when you have a cigarette, for example, in the games since the beginning of time for Metal Gear, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 and all that, those cigarettes kill you. But you need them sometimes for important reasons. You can use them for your advantage. And I think these creatures being a big factor in stopping the timefall. So if you're caught up in a situation like he was in the factory, and if he decided to go ahead and eat one of those creatures, he probably could have just ran through without a problem. But what effects does that do? And how does that stop you and destroy you or kill your abilities? That's going to be a question. But we've already got revealed that those play a big part. You know, a lot of questions from the past trailers were answered also by this specific trailer, breaking down just a couple of dialogues and a lot of actual situations when it comes to scenarios, finding out who Norman Reedus is, Sam Porter Bridges, and seeing here he's just a regular guy delivering things, and then finding out about the timefall, how can it affect people, and then when these creatures take you, while you don't die and you can come back, the problem is that area that you were in will be affected in different ways. So this is going to be a really important factor in gameplay overall. You might end up in something like this right here that we're seeing, just completely destroyed because you kept on dying. And it's going to be on the player to play it safe, smart, and not mess up. No pressure though, no pressure at all. No pressure for you guys. But yeah, so those are things for me that I find extremely interesting. And I love the fact that Norman Reedus, his name is officially Sam. We know that for sure. But Porter Bridges, why would she say all that? Is that his full name? And I still don't know. I'm questioning that. I'm not denying or confirming it, but it's interesting, and it does play a big factor in the game because we see that the bridges are on other players' uniforms, as well as Mr. Del Toro. He has a small cool little pin with bridges on it, so that's going to change the game. And wow, Sam is really that important. If he's that important, why is he just a regular guy delivering? So this is where, is there multiple dimensions or time forwarding? What is really going on in this world that's changing things? And of course, I'm trying to take it to my theory of deeper dimensions with the child being that powerful. But it could just be, again, that his name is Sam, and Porter Bridges, his father was the delivery guy or something. You can make up any type of imaginary story. That's not important. But what is important is the fact that we know for a fact he's just a regular guy delivering things. And this girl is asking him to work with her. And it makes her very interesting. Is she crying just like he's crying because something in the world is affecting them? Or is she crying because he's her father and she's holding his hand for the first time in basically forever, and he doesn't even recognize who she is? And these are the questions. Give me your hand even in death. You know, all of these things within the game that they're talking about make it very interesting and say, wow, what is this dynamic and what is really going on? And that's where, you know, we're going to find out. You can make theories up, or we're not here for that right now. I'm just speaking more or less, a couple of breakdowns, a couple of thoughts, nothing too crazy. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the side missions and main missions, you'll be delivering stuff in the start. That'll be your main focus, just to get you through the tutorials. And then later on, as time goes, you're going to end up picking up the pace being a soldier. You're forced to be a soldier because all of this madness in the world, and they need somebody to save them. And you end up being the only one with the ability to have all the abilities. As you can see, the girl has certain abilities, she told him, and then he explained what he has. He can sense them, but he can't see them. And it's really cool. Right here, his idea was to connect to the baby in some way, connect to its consciousness. And it activates, the baby activates this device. And this device actually, if you pay close attention right here, we're going to actually go ahead and slow this down. Apologies for this interruption of the video. So we're going to slow this down because this device is showcasing them. You can't see them normally unless you have some special abilities in the game. But with this device, you get to see full throttle the effects of this child being so powerful, being consciously aware. As you can see, like, don't worry, I got you, and it's winking at me. Thanks, Kojima. So here it is, right? It's like, okay, so tell us more, son. What you got? And as you can see, it's kind of suppressing them, as once it aims towards them, it turns into the Infinity War, and they evaporate. Spoiler alert for the Infinity War. And now the question is, why doesn't it work at certain areas, right? If this is affecting those guys on the left, when he goes towards the center, the game changes now, and it's like this device did not detect them in the front, and it did not affect them and stop them from doing what they're going to do here, take over him. So how does this device work? Is it specifically where you're aiming? Was he aiming towards the left and missed what was happening on the right? And how does this play a big role, deeper role? Because we know that this is going to be the mechanic for the stealth. But now, if you attach yourself to that baby, or attach this technology to that baby, how does it affect the baby? As you can see here, once again, Infinity War kind of making them evaporate a bit, but it's not working anymore. And now he has to just try to get through. And it gets interesting again because they capture him and see you later. So it's extremely weird, awkward. It's like, what is really going on? I do believe there'll be other players, as far as you're not just gonna fight entities the whole time. This is a Kojima game, so he wants anti-war to be a focus, but he's also very great with having fun combat, and I don't believe he's just gonna make it an entity game. I know a lot of people are wondering why there's no action in this trailer. That's the first thing I've been getting tweets about. There's no action. Oh, there's no this, there's no that. Listen, he specifically made it this way so that it's a fun trailer and one without guns or anything. It's a dream of him to make a beautiful art, and that's where I appreciate it immensely. And as you can see, this is the most important part. This is the reason I slowed it down, because now this device doesn't seem to stop those guys in front of him, and maybe they got alerted, and what this does is opens the door for those below him, and they start grabbing him on front and below, just pulling him down. And we don't see what happens, but we know the last guy didn't want to go alive and killed himself before they can capture him. So the question is, what is Norman Reedus planning on doing? Is he going to sink into this world and be on another dimension, or is he, going to play it out? That's the question. And those are the type of things that I'm interested in seeing how this will go in the long run. I'm excited for what they've already presented, and I'm excited for what's coming. And once again, we hear her say it. One of these creatures help keep time fall away. So this is how she stays forever young. And maybe that's his mother. And now I'm really going far, but the young girl has been taking that, eating those for a long time, and that's his mother. Now, is this lady his wife or his daughter, the older one? I would like to see something odd and crazy like that. The time fall feature allows for some play there where you can just have fun with it. That being said, we're going to take a quick step back and check out everything as one. We see here, this is a delivery of mankind, the same backpack as Sam Porter, and doesn't have a face, but he's within a skeleton, and he's on a special planet that looks similar to where they are. So his job was to deliver these things to this new planet. That is my prediction. I've predicted this part of the before this trailer even came out about a polluted world where global warming is an issue. This was way back when Kojima first originally started the logo, just the logo. That being said, it looks like that is the case in many ways, and a lot of these trailers showcase these dead animals, the sea, and the black tar. But one thing that I did say that I really like is, what if we could change this black? Instead of it being black and white on most of those parts, it's going to be blood, red. Everything dark is red. So these veins, these strands of veins connecting to one big organism. And right there you see the which looks like oil can be blood. This is just a fun thing that I pointed out when I first seen this trailer. And I think you never know, Kojima can have fun with us and do that. I do like the oil. I do like this whole dimension of things. But as you can see here, maybe this is just blood. Bloodshed all over. The sea of blood. The corpses and stuff. And there's still color because he wanted to make it a black and white, but he wanted to trick the audience. So there's color on the characters. There's color on some of the items and things like that. Those are just fun things that I thought about and really liked. That's my concept. That being said, appreciate everybody coming out. I am gonna answer some questions. So as we see here, he has the belly button thing. So we know that there was a baby inside his stomach when we've seen the future trailers. That answers that question. Now his necklace is what the key answer is. This is a lot of physics, quantum physics, and a lot of information about what is possible. Time warping, time changing, and he's probably time traveled, thinking that he went to space as a spaceship delivery guy and ended up time traveling. So I don't know. The question and the answers are so much fun to try to explore and just to play with. It doesn't matter what I say or anyone says, because this is the Kojima's project, but it's interesting to see what we can come up with and what we want to do. When the game releases, again, it's going to be a augmented reality game where you're going to have to figure things out in real life with each other on the web, sharing information, sharing knowledge, and it's going to be a blast. And this trailer, again, global warming, the quantum physics necklace, the baby, the stomach cut, the 5 entities in the floating in the air, all the strands connecting the animals and Norman Reedus all together. There's a lot of things to digest in that first trailer, and then later some of those get answered in the next trailer and kind of help out with what's going down. You know? And those are the type of things that I appreciate. And right now, this is the fun one, more of the same. So we're sitting here with regular water, not black water. Kojima kind of changing it up a little bit. The oil doesn't start happening. The blood doesn't start filling. Either blood or oil. Which one you want it to be? I would take both. I think visually the black looks amazing, but the blood can make a lot of sense too, because there's living organisms throughout this world, all connected within each other, and you'll see that in the tank, and you'll see that in these planes, these strands kind of connecting them, and it's just fun concept of play. And if you see here, Del Toro has the bridges on his chest, a small little pendant, and he's carrying the baby, and he's really scared, and he doesn't know what to do or where to go. But this universe, this world, is really odd and crazy. A skeleton for soldiers, and then a tank that has organs, like lungs and hearts and all types of breathing, living things that are a part of it. Now, are these things a part of the game? You can one theory I was saying was delete all of the organs and all of the strands, and the black turn it into red. As you see, as they passed, right, the tank of organs, the black, aka red blood, in my opinion, is leaking down, and it's filling up all over Del Toro. I think that would be a better twist in the game. Those are things that I've been predicting since the beginning of seeing all of these, and I had a lot of fun with it, but I'm letting them all go. I only wanted to break down the original trailer, but I'm just adding it all in together as we see the baby here, which isn't the real one, but there's some type of device on it that makes it blink. And it's interesting, as you can see, once he connects with the baby, they have this synced nature, and the baby winks every single time. The baby's winking. He's a winker. Once he gets connected, he winks. And my biggest theory was that this baby is a super powered being that doesn't even know its own powers. It's a psychic powers, kind of being able to warp time and space and create people and things, materialize anything. And he's materialized a lot of these things in this world in different ways, and then they're fighting within the world to survive it. And this baby's so powerful, but people only know pieces of it. They don't know the full extent. And the baby's connected to everybody in that way of being able to be so powerful. And the story is that this is the same baby in all of these clips, and it's possibly true, but you can never take anything Kojima says as truth. He likes to have fun with the fans and play along. That's why I say these strands here and all of these things cannot be real. They can be all this black tar type of material, can be blood. Imagine the blood pouring out of his face, Mad's face, and then these so-called strands connecting these characters are not real either. That's a theory I was saying a while ago, which it looks like they're going to be real. It's a part of these fantastic, insane world, connecting people together and having an army. I think you're going to be able to command some soldiers. That would be really cool if there's some type of feature where you can do that. So I just love the fact that this game is going to have this very pure guessing factor, and we're going to be in that alternate reality gaming experience where we have to share our thoughts and ideas with each other and not escape the truth. Did I break down the new trailer? Yeah, I kind of did. I didn't really do like a theory or anything crazy. I just did observation. I told everybody I was done with the theories. My last video, which is up on YouTube, was my official theory breakdown. But now I'm just hanging out, enjoying the E3 presentation from Sony and talking about these games and doing a really good job. We're going to end the last trailer without conversation. I'm going to watch this one and then break this down a bit, and then we're going to allow the last one to sit. So these are the last time you can ask a question, I'm gonna close this video out. It's gonna be up on YouTube for you guys to watch it later and enjoy the overall experience with this. All you guys watching on YouTube or Mixer, Twitch, Periscope, and all of these other places that I'm streaming on, I appreciate it. I didn't answer all the questions. It's rolling down. There's few people on the main streams, Mixer, Periscope, and Twitch, but I still appreciate you guys because it's always important. The other guys on the other channels, I do see your activity and I appreciate you double time because I'm just here just trying to share my thoughts, let it all out my chest so I won't have to think about it tomorrow. So so as we see here, he's delivering this body as he knows this is a part of his job, and this is such a great understanding now. We know he's not a superhero. He's just a guy trying to deliver something. But what's crazy is the bridges on these guys' jackets. Is this his own company? Does he own the company Bridges? And who's Del Toro in that? How are they connected? And you see this guy here getting hit by the time fall, making him age. And these creatures end up taking him. And at this moment, Norman says, "Be quiet, don't even breathe." And it's basically because the creatures are there. And this guy's device is working because he's connected with the baby. He has the baby at the moment. So baby's going to be crucial for Norman Reedus's chances of survival. But I want to know a deeper story about the baby. And is he carrying his parents? It's crazy, right? What is going on in this world? The baby is the future parent of Norman Reedus, aka Sam. Let's get crazy with these theories, guys. I don't know. I haven't read any theories. Honestly, I don't want to. I don't want them to ruin my view of the game. And when I play it, I'm going to erase my own view and play the game the way Kojima wants me to. Experience it for myself and just have fun. But as you can see here, this creature comes in and basically like, hey, this body is mine. And they take the body away. And they want to take all of these beings. Now the question was, this body was dead and they were delivering it. Why does these creatures want dead bodies? What do they do with the dead bodies? As far as the living bodies, one of the guys did not want to get taken alive. So it's very interesting how they set that up and how they made that look. For example, this guy is about to get taken, and which is a Kojima-like character, pulling him in a second. And this gentleman says, "No, man, we can't let him have you." And he ends up taking his life. But what's really insane about it is so bad that they will kill themselves just so these creatures won't take them. And the question is, what really happens? Do you become one of these creatures and you live in that dimension and you got to pull somebody in? And I think that would be an insane feature. And I'm going to tweet that. And, what if the great Death Stranding mechanic is when you die, you have to go and pull someone else out. You become these creatures on the floor, running through a server, trying to grab somebody and pull them in so that you can come back to life. That's something that I said in a couple videos before, but I haven't put it on a tweet. My tweeting game is where my life is for gaming. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Who knows? Kojima did just release. I think they talked with him. I gotta look at it. I'm not looking at my phone or anything, any information. Just talking about this right here. So as you can see, this guy literally killed himself because he didn't want to get captured by this creature, this powerful being who's taking gravity and changing it. And now, as you can see, Sam Porter Bridges, he is the only one unable to get pulled in through gravity. They pull up a truck, they pull up these humans, they pull up giant rocks and people, but they can't take Sam. But this explosion what does it really mean? Is this part of when he really dies? I don't know. But the next scene is when he's in the Death Stranding area. So this is kind of like the warped world, warped reality, state of being. And what Kojima was explaining is that in this area you can search for items and clues and things that you need, so that when you come back you'll be good. And there's a timer for this. That's what he was explaining. So who knows, right? Who knows? I was hoping for a release date. We didn't get that. But as we see here, my theory can be very true about these Death Stranding mechanic. As you float up, you have to pull some living being down to be able to come back to life. I just thought that would be a fun way to set it up. As you can see, he's connected to these strands. Are these strands where you died and that's where you'll be left off? You can go straight back up. It's a good question. And I just love this trailer. I love everything about this game. Really cool concept. Really amazing. We're going to allow the footage to run. We're going to play the next one and I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate everybody, man. That's all I wanted to do. Talk a little bit about it. Not get too deep into it. We'll break things down later on another level. It's just fun. Awesome stuff from my favorite creator. And it's going to be an amazing experience in the long run. Once you get a hold of this game, something very new and different and innovative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lock in. Once again, it's Mad Gamer. You already know where to find me and what to do. So, I'll see you next time. Peace and love. Enjoy the brand new E3 2018 Death Stranding trailer from Hideo Kojima.
Explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last. Ah, yeah.
Today's station.
Sam Porter Bridges. The man who delivers. Tears. A chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
Welcome to town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timeful fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
A crypto byte a day keeps the timefall away.
You're too late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?